You know that feeling, right? Nothing is really wrong, but you still feel tense for some unknown reason. Your neck and shoulders ache, your teeth are grinding, and you feel just a bit anxious, like there's something just about to ruin your day. You tell yourself to relax, but that never works. It's frustrating. It's exhausting, and for most of us, it feels like it just appears out of nowhere. You're not alone. At our age, we've gotten pretty good at managing our stress. We know our triggers, we know when to take a break. But what if I told you that your smartwatch knows when you were about to have an anxiety spike 10 minutes before you did? That little device on your wrist picks up on the secret stress signals your body sends out, signals you completely are unaware of. And what it does next, well, it's more than just a peek into the future. It's a whole new way of looking at mental health. Stress is a silent saboteur. We think of it as all in our head, that feeling of being worried or overwhelmed. But the truth is, stress is a physiological cascade that starts at the body long before the brain's alarm is triggered. It's a tiny shift in your breathing rate, a change in your skin's electrical conductivity, or a disruption in the rhythm of your heart. For decades, we've just relied on our own perception to tell us when we're stressed, but we're notoriously bad at it. We power through the subtle cues until that low murmur of anxiety becomes a howl for help. By the time we actually feel overwhelmed, our bodies have already been in a state of emergency for hours, maybe even days. This is where the real damage happens. Chronic, low-grade stress leads to burnout, tanks our immune system, and messes with our sleep. It's all written in our biology in a language that most of us can't read. At the heart of this language is a metric called heart rate variability, or HRV. You've probably seen it on your fitness tracker. It's not just about heart rate, but the tiny millisecond-long variations in time between each heartbeat. Think of it this way. A high HRV means you have a healthy, resilient nervous system that's adaptable and ready for anything, like a master yoga instructor. A low HRV, on the other hand, means your system is rigid, like a marble statue. It's a hallmark of a body under stress. When your HRV is abnormal, it signals that your body's stress response isn't working optimally, which can increase the risk for anxiety, depression, and even heart disease. Our bodies are broadcasting our stress levels 24/7. We just haven't had the right receiver to tune into it, at least until now.
If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like or subscribe button.
On a random Tuesday, I was feeling really on edge, and I had no idea why. Usually I can attribute my stress to a particular moment, a call from mom, a particularly difficult problem at work, but today it just seemed to appear out of thin air. I thought there had to be something that can help, and as I lowered my head, my focus landed on my smartwatch. Of course, I had been thinking for months that this watch could do a lot more for me than just show me notifications and track my steps, but I never had the time to research it out, test out functions, and download apps. But now was the time. And what I found was incredible. AI could translate my body's internal signals into English. This isn't science fiction. This is where technology is heading right now. Wearable devices, from our watches to our rings, aren't just passive step counters anymore. They track your skin temperature, respiratory rate, and most importantly, your heart rate variability. But raw data is just noise. The magic happens when AI steps in to act as the interpreter. The AI learns your personal baseline. It doesn't just see a single spike in heart rate. It recognizes your unique pattern of stress. It learns what your body's data looks like when you're relaxed, when you're focused, and when you're quietly spiraling. It's an early warning system for your nervous system. Instead of just telling you what already happened, These AI-powered systems can start to tell you what's about to happen. So how does this actually work? It starts with the sensors. The most critical is a word I'm struggling to pronounce, so we're just going to narrow it down to the PPG sensor. That's the little green light on the back of your watch. It shines that light into your skin and measures how much it's reflected back. As your heart beats and blood flows, the amount of reflected light changes, letting the device measure your heart rate and, crucially, the variability between those beats, your HRV. Alongside HRV, the AI analyzes other key signals. It looks at skin conductance, which measures how much you're sweating, and tracks your respiratory rate to see if your breathing has become shallow and rapid. Some advanced systems even use EEG sensors in a headband to monitor brainwave patterns for signs of a mind in overdrive. But you probably don't want to wear that to the office. So what does AI do with all this information? It acts as a pattern recognition engine. It's not just looking at one data point, it's seeing the relationship between all of them. It sees your HRV starting to drop while your skin conductance and breathing rate begin to climb. To the AI, this combination isn't just random data, it's the signature of an impending stress response. It's your body's unique fingerprint for anxiety. This is where it all clicks. I did my research and found a couple of different watch apps that used AI in this way. I tested them out and picked the one that I liked the best. Several weeks later, after it kind of got to know me, I was at work one day, and just as my stress levels were silently starting to spike, my phone buzzed. But it wasn't a Facebook notification, it was the AI telling me to use caution, meaning my stress was about to spike. It recommended I take a break and do some deep breathing. So there I was, staring at my phone as the AI suggested a 3-minute cyclic sighing exercise. A short inhale through the nose, a second, sharper, deeper inhale to fully inflate the lungs, and then a long, slow, complete exhale through the mouth. I was skeptical, but I followed the guide on the screen. Inhale, inhale again, and long, slow exhale. After just a few breaths, something shifted. The tension in my shoulders started to release. The frantic monologue in my brain started to quiet down. By the end of the 3 minutes, that vague sense of dread was gone. I just felt calm and ready to tackle the world again. This wasn't a placebo effect. It was a neurobiology in action. That long exhale stimulates the vagus nerve, which is the main highway for your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's built-in relaxation response. It actively lowers your heart rate, reduces stress hormones, and tells your body the danger has passed. And there's proof. A randomized controlled trial from Stanford researchers found that just 5 minutes of daily breath work like this can significantly improve mood and reduce anxiety. In fact, the study showed that emphasizing the exhale, as you do in cyclic sighing, was more effective at improving mood than mindfulness meditation alone. The AI wasn't just guessing, it was triggering a direct physiological response. I could see the change on my screen as my HRV started to climb back up, my body returning to a state of balance. This experience was more than just a cool smartwatch feature. It represents a fundamental shift from a reactive model of mental health care, where we wait until we're all burned out to get help, to a more proactive and preventative one. It's like having a smoke detector for your mental health. Of course, it's right to be skeptical. We need to talk about the risks. This technology is not meant to replace therapists. AI can't truly understand human nuance, and there are major ethical questions about data privacy and safety that still needs to be addressed. Experts emphasize that these tools should be seen as a way to augment and support the human element of care, not to replace it. But as a powerful, accessible first line of defense, especially for the millions who lack access to traditional mental health resources, this could be a real lifeline. This is the dawn of a new era, one where technology gives us a language to finally understand what our bodies have been trying to tell us all along. It's not about letting a machine control your emotions, but about using it as a tool to regain self-control. But it also brings up a very important question. This technology is powerful and deeply personal. It's listening to the very rhythm of our lives. So what do you think? Knowing the benefits and the pitfalls, would you trust AI to help manage your stress? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.